Welcome back to We Are City channel, to our FC24 reboot, kicking off today's episode with a scout report on a player in Orjan Sanket. An attacking midfielder striker who plays for Athletic Club in Spain. In 30 appearances, he got 4 goals and 5 assists last season. We are looking for a long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. We have mentioned, of course, the big targets, the really exciting players and players that we don't need scout reports for, like Jamal Musiala or perhaps a Florian Wirtz. We have mentioned Baena of Villarreal. Now, Sanket doesn't get as many sort of numbers as him. Goals about the same as Baena, but nowhere near as many assists. He's a versatile midfielder. He showcased impressive strength and technical ability. With a £70 million release clause, he excels in ball control, vision and physical duels. He's a very physical player. Being about 6'2", sometimes he can get sent off more times than he should do. But that is something, a little bit of an edge to his game. And it's making him a vital asset for top clubs. The only issue I think with Sanket is getting these Basque players to leave Basque clubs. They never tend to want to leave, but he's actually quite high on my list as a Kevin De Bruyne replacement. I think with Baena and Sanket, we've got two players who are a little bit lower, a lot cheaper than the likes of Wirtz and Musiala, who are going to cost upwards of £100 million, but still output-wise could probably put out nearly as much. I mean, you could probably sign a Sanket and a Baena for the price of one Musiala or one Florian Wirtz. So that does sort of stand out to me, saying, listen, numbers-wise, we could bring in 2 players for the price of one, and they together would bring in the numbers of a Wirtz and Musiala. But they're not quite as exciting as Wirtz and Musiala. I don't think commercially they do as much as well in shirt sales and things, and they're all the things that a club does think about. But we are very much thinking about a long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, and another player who's not played much football so far this season in Kyle Walker.
Well, 19th place Wolves at the task today. They have somehow brought in Ivan Perisic from Croatia. He's back in the side from a Spurs player. Eric Lamela has joined them on a free transfer as well. Elvedi has joined them. So it's Jose Sa in goal. A back five of Doherty, Elvedi, captain Dawson, Totti, and Nuri. Mario Lamina and Gomez in the midfield too, with Strand Larsen, the main man up top. Hwang Yi-chan's a very good player. He's on the bench with Nelson Semedo and Cunha Bueno as well. But they are currently 19th place in the Premier League table. 3 losses and 2 draws. Wolves not looking so impressive. Tactical-wise, kick and rush just trying to hit us on the counter. We're going to try and be as expansive as possible today and see if attack is the best form of defence. This aside for Wolves today, missing Rodri, who's very tired, missing Alvarez and Doku as well. So Edison starts in goal. It's Diaz, Akanji, Ake and Stones the back 4, but in a box shape. That is the shape we're going to go with, in a sort of box with the centre-backs. Guimaraes, De Bruyne the captain, and Phil Foden the 3 in front, with Bernardo Silva more conservative on the right, Jack Grealish on the left and Haaland through the middle. We've got Bob, Savio, McAtee, Kovacic, Rico Luis Vardio and Ortega on the bench. But an interesting lineup that, isn't it? Let's see how it does. Like I said, maybe attack is the best form of defence. 4 centre-backs, but they play in a box in midfield. Well, Pep Guardiola mixing things up today. This could either be an absolutely disastrous performance once again, but City need to find some inspiration from somewhere in the way we're playing, because at the moment, whatever we try isn't working. The squad is defending poorly, attacking poorly, and just not playing the way we should be doing. Yes, we're only at the early stage of the season, and we're stuttering, but we have to be careful. Some big sides, I'm sure, we're going to get some big points, and we need to beat those points tellers if we're going to win anything this season. So City versus Wolves. Best form of defence, perhaps the attack. Going with a very attacking formation today. Wolves like to play a long ball, and hopefully with the big physical force of Akanji and Stones in there as well. They haven't really got too much pace either, Wolves, which I think will help us. Lamina. Bolter near post. Chance of Wolves here. Good save by the feet of Edison. An early start for Wolves as they create a chance. Foden. Akanji. De Bruyne. Into Haaland here, and Totti Gomez just away. Now back down to De Bruyne. City got bodies in and around. Akanji. Bruno. De Bruyne. Wide to Bernardo. Back into De Bruyne, who can't thread the pass through there. Wolves counter right to the middle of Akanji and Stones there. Strand Larsen, ball through to Lamela. Eric Lamela runs away from Ruben Diaz, who makes a really good challenge. Grealish against the fullback. Dealt with him easily. John Stones. John Stones on the strike, and over the bar by Stones. If he keeps that low, City have a chance there. Kanji out to Grealish. Guimaraes. A late one on Bruno Guimaraes here, referee. Free kick, Mario Lamina with a late one. Right from behind on Bruno. Like no interest in playing the ball there. Just to take out the Brazilian. Nasty challenge. Free kick. Can we get one in towards Erling Haaland here? We do. It's Bernardo Silva. Stones will deal with it again. Kanji. Right to Foden. Going against Aitnier, he's up against him, he's nearly beat him. Bernardo Silva. John Stones. Not the pass I played, it's silly. It's a wrong pass and it's all my fault. There's a counter on here. A Strand Larsen, Nathan Ake, absolutely caught in no man's land there. Strand Larsen scores for Wolves, but what is Nathan Ake doing? My stupid pass, and then Nathan Ake stands and watches him run through. Such a good performance, and then he goes and does that. 1-0 Wolves. Why did Ake do that? Why to Lamina? Ake loses it. Lamella. He has a cross, it's not enough. It's Strand Larsen again, it's a big save from Edison. But I'm really frustrated. We get in good positions, then we just give the ball away. Folding through to De Bruyne here. De Bruyne takes it. De Bruyne hits it, and a good save by Jose Sarr. Behind for a corner. De Bruyne in. Cross to Bernardo Silva, people. Diaz. Giving away again. Diaz wins it back. And that is half time. 1-0 down to Wolves. This Manchester City side are so frustrated. Get to this byline, Bernardo. Oh, good skill from Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. It's Kevin De Bruyne. It's deflected. There's so many Wolves bodies back there. We cannot break through. Bernardo in behind to De Bruyne. Runners in the box. One of those is Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland for Manchester City. What a save by Sarr. Corner ball. Ruben Diaz with a header. Away. Bernardo. De Bruyne. Crossed in. Away. Ake steps in tackle. We're going to make changes here. I'm going to get Bernardo Silva off for Savinho. Chance for Savinho to make an impression. City can't find those little pockets of space. I think Doku would have been great in today's game, but he's very tired. Unfortunately, missed out. Oh my God, that is so poor. Lamina, saved by Edison. That is so poor defensively, though. Haaland. De Bruyne. Searching for Foden. Trying to get him behind this defence, which he can't do. City rush things and give it away. Savio in there, brilliant. De Bruyne. No runs from Haaland, though. And De Bruyne's got to do it on his own here. And here's Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City. And De Bruyne. And he's caught by Gomez, and it's behind for a goal kick. Oh, Kanji. Poor. Oh, and then he gets beaten by Lamella. So poor by Akanji. Stone slides in, and City in big trouble. And it's Manu Akanji who's given it away for Manchester City. It's Strand Larsen who's just broken Wolves' chance again. Oh, and Akanji again, you clown. And Ake in a foot race. And Wolves to punish us once more. It's Mateus Cunha, another brilliant save from Edison. Lamina takes it down. But it's Lamina once again, another brilliant save from Edison. Fantastic game from City's Brazilian. Handball referee. Nothing given. Lamina. Stones strips for him. And finally Wolves put us out of our misery at 2-0. What do we do, guys? This team is terrible. All these creative players on the team, and not one can create a chance. Guimaraes, full-time whistle goes. A 2-0 defeat to Wolves, and this Manchester City side are absolutely terrible in the final third. Doesn't matter if you get in the counter. In the final third, the creativity is non-existent. Foden, De Bruyne, Savio, Bernardo Silva, your creative players, crap. Utterly terrible. Waste of space.
Well, Kyle Walker has approached Pep Guardiola to talk about his future and his role at Manchester City this season. He hasn't been used much. Kyle said, I've been thinking about my role in this team this season. I know I haven't been getting as much game time as I'm used to, and I wanted to understand what you see from me going forward. He wants to know his role in Pep Guardiola's side. Well, personally, for me, he's not an important first-team player. But Pep Guardiola says it's important first to let me say that your contributions to this team over the years have been immense. Your experience, your speed, your defensive abilities, these are all invaluable, which they certainly have been. I mean, controlling counter-attacks. There's been no one better keeping left wingers quiet than Kyle Walker. It's true, we've made some changes and competition for places is tougher than ever, but this is a good thing. It keeps everyone at their best, and that's very true, isn't it? Competition in the squad is certainly needed. Your role will be evolving, but it's crucial, says Pep Guardiola. You bring a level of leadership and stability that we need, especially in the big matches and tight situations. Kyle Walker, being a more experienced player, he's won so many trophies. He's going to be so important to Manchester City. And Kyle Walker says he understands that. But he wants to make sure he's contributing on the pitch, not just off it, being in the leadership role. What do I need to do to earn minutes? This is the big thing. What does Kyle Walker need to do? Well, the thing is, Pep Guardiola says, Kyle, it's about adapting and constantly improving. You've always been strong defensively, but I want you to be influencing the game more in possession, driving forward and contributing to attacking play, which is certainly one of the deficiencies in Kyle Walker's game. Work on your positioning, your passing under pressure, your ability to read the game. Show me in training that you're ready to take on this expanding role. Kyle Walker says, I can do that, I'll put in the work. I just want to help the team win more trophies. Well, personally, I don't see Kyle Walker reaching that. He's at the stage of his career now where he's not going to get better at anything. He's only get worse at everything. He's only going to get slower. And his speed is a massive part of his game. I'm not entirely confident that Kyle Walker will be playing much football in this City side this season. But when we need him, when we come up against a fast left winger, we need someone to lock down that right-hand side. He certainly will be thrown in there. But for what we need, attacking-wise, finding those passes, a composed footballer on the ball, Kyle Walker certainly isn't that player.
Well, next we're at home to FC20 in the Champions League, and this is the side we're going to go with. We're going to try what we used against Wolves once again. It worked, barring us giving the ball away in silly positions. We're going to try and get that out of our game. Ederson starts in goal with Diaz, Vardiol, Rodri and Rico Lewis, the 4-box in front of the goalkeeper. Kovacic captain Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, the 3 in behind Erling Haaland, with Savio and Jack Grealish in the wide areas. On the bench we've got Alvarez, Doku, Nunez, Guimaraes, Xhaka, Stones and Ortega. Hopefully we can beat 20 here and get to winning ways, get into sort of some points straight away in this Champions League group stage, this Champions League stage it is now, because we do need the points. In the Champions League for Manchester City, this time back at home after a humiliating and shocking defeat against Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. This time, Pep Guardiola's side face off against FC20, a Dutch team that are not a very highly seeded team, one that City are expected to beat. And, I mean, one that City want to try and get to winning ways after another defeat in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola's side starting very slowly to this Premier League season. So, Manchester City versus FC20. City trying to get back to winning ways. Kovacic. Nice movement by Mateo Kovacic. Into Jack Grealish. Kovacic continues his run here. Kovacic pulls it back to Erling Haaland for Manchester City. Understar with a save. Behind for a corner. Not a bad start there in the first 4 minutes by City. De Bruyne in. On a plate for Erling Haaland, who heads it wide. Missed too many chances, and we've also defended too poorly. Grealish. Kovacic. Kovacic over to Haaland here. Haaland first time! Understar with another save. Sladek. Bernardo Silva wins it back for Manchester City. Savio slides in to keep it. Brilliant from Savio. Fantastic from Savio. Bernardo. De Bruyne. Oh, it's a terrible pass by Kevin De Bruyne. Ruben Diaz out of position. City deal with that one just. There's a ball in behind. Savio can't watch it. Diaz is beaten. Pulled it back here, 20. Rodri in the box, done. Chance! Ederson makes the save. Diaz in there for the header. Ruben Diaz weak again. And that is one of the themes of the season so far. Ruben Diaz not being good enough. And Vance Wolfsinkel scores. And it's Diaz again. Out of position. Weak in the air. And Vance Wolfsinkel scores. 1-0 20. City have to come from behind for the 100th time it feels this season. It's so unlike Manchester City that. Here's Rots. He tries to turn Vardiol, who does it really well there, Vardiol. Vardiol plays it forward to Grealish. And City have a bit of a counter-attacking opportunity here. Mateo Kovacic sees Erling Haaland going through. And there is Erling Haaland for Manchester City. It's Erling Haaland. It's Erling Haaland. Puts it on a plate for Bernardo Silva, who still can't finish the chance. Bernardo shot. Edge of the box to Savio. Savio shoots. Haaland at the far post. He's not missing that one. A poacher's goal from Erling Haaland. City have to come from behind again. And at the moment we've equalised 1-1. Well, we haven't been good enough this season. So far, in the very early stages. That deflects fortunately to Erling Haaland, who's at the far post to hammer it in. But at some point it's got to click for Manchester City. We've had a really, really stuttering, un-City-like start to the season. Chance to run at the opposition player, Savinho. Good touches by Savinho. Bernardo Silva just straight offside. Savinho. Savinho still. Savinho still. Back to De Bruyne, and a good stay by Understal. Up to Savinho. Savinho! What a goal from Savinho! That is great play from Manchester City. Cross to the far of the edge of the box. Savinho is stood there waiting. And he gets possibly his second Manchester City goal, I'm not exactly sure. Does he take a deflection away through? It does. Oh, it does. A big one off the face of a player. I think it was going in anyway. You'd like to think so. Number 2 takes one right in the jaw there. Ruben Diaz, good foot in, and Rodri gets it forward. Savinho here for City. Savinho for City. He plays it into Jack Grealish. What a ball by Savinho. It's Grealish. It's Jack Grealish for Manchester City 3-1. City pounce on a 20 mistake. And Jack Grealish puts it in the back of the net 3-1. Great finish from Jack Grealish there. I think it was Rodri who wins it back in the midfield. Savinho puts the foot in. Plays the ball through to Grealish. He's looking towards Haaland. He doesn't need to. And a great finish from Jack Grealish for 3-1. Manchester City pounce. Hit them on the counter. And come away with a goal for himself, which is a deserved goal. 3-1. Back in this one. And back well in front. It didn't go down as a Savinho goal. It went down as a Hilger's own goal, unfortunately, for Savinho. Recovery from Walker, but City done him behind a little bit there. Ruben Diaz with the foot in the box, and it's a penalty. Oh, what a mistake by Ruben Diaz. Who's really having a shocking season. Foot in. He's too aggressive. Sladek goes down. It's a penalty in 20 with a way back in again. Thanks to Ruben Diaz. Van Volswinkel. Oh, down the middle, and Edison doesn't save it. Oh, my word. Our defence is absolutely atrocious. What is Edison doing? How does Edison not save that? Ruben Diaz with a good challenge. Savinho lays one off towards Jack Grealish. Back to Savinho here. And then Savinho plays Haaland with a good ball. And it's Erling Haaland through on goal here. And Erling Haaland does not make a mistake this time. 4-2. But it's not been an impressive game from Manchester City. We've struggled. We've made too many mistakes. 4-2. Haaland gets another one. But I'm not happy with the team at the moment. Savinho, good play in the narrow areas. Plays in Haaland, who makes the finish. 4-2 City, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the team. Walker stays tight with him. Cross comes in anyway. Vardyol's there. He gets it away the second time. And Erling Haaland holds up for Manchester City. Look at that run from Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker sends it long. Bernardo can't control it, can he? He does do. Bernardo Silva, Manchester City. Bernardo's through here. Bernardo Silva. Still going Bernardo. Across the Grealish. It was meant for De Bruyne, but it was over here. On to Rodri. And out wide to Savinho. And there's so many pockets of space opening up here. And Bernardo back to Savinho. And he's trouble here for 20. Savinho. Savinho. Savinho makes it 5-2. Come on. Brilliant goal by him. He's had a quite impactful game today, actually, Savinho, off that right-hand side. Goal here today for himself. Gets into the box. And puts it in the back of the net with a nice finish. 5-2 Manchester City. Improving. Alvarez seems to carry a knock here. Oh, Diaz, good challenge to Doku. That is full time. A 5-2 win for Manchester City over 20. Means 3 points in the bag in our league table in this Champions League. And it does mean a win finally. But only 3 points now. After the first game was defeat. That was worrying. But got our heads back on now. Yes, conceded goals, but getting back to it, Manchester City. And Haaland, the star of the show. 2 goals, but not forget about Savinho as well. He was brilliant also.
So some more positive news to end the episode. A young midfielder who excelled in pre-season for Pep Guardiola's side. A midfielder that Pep Guardiola says he sees a future for certainly in his Manchester City squad. I was hoping to get more game time. That early knockout in the Carabao Cup has sort of ruined that. Can play holding midfield, central midfield, attacking midfield. Could even play centre forward. He's got that big, tall, physical frame, and the type like Kai Havertz maybe. And he's pretty much an all-rounder in midfield. He's signed a contract extension till 2029, and I would like him to break through into this Manchester City first team. He's developing. I think he's about 70 rated, nearly 70 rated now, which shows he's ready to get involvement in that first team, and I'm hoping we do get these young players breaking through into the starting squad over the course of this series. That ends today's episode. Thanks for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Of course, we're uploading 5 days a week, 5 working days a week. These episodes go out, 2 games in each episode, and more action as well. And the transfer window, the next transfer window is not too far away. I'm so excited about this series, as I always say, and I'm really enjoying it. So far, we've kept quite a few players, but big change in the squad could be coming over the January transfer window. We'll see you guys next time.